Hello, beautiful people. Welcome. Give me a yes if you can hear me, if I'm loud and clear. Awesome, thank you, Michelle. Welcome, everyone. Welcome. Today we're going to dive deep into mastering the art of being a conscious creator. We're going to dive deep into some insights and into this beautiful art of creating our own realities, and how the journey looks like and how it was for me and how it is for you. I'm going to ask some questions here, and we're going to just have some fun. And meanwhile, let me know, where are you from? Where are you tuning in from? Which part of the world are you residing in right now? Hello from Wisconsin, Bainai Sai, right? That's your name? I forgot how. Yes, perfect. This is how you pronounce it. I almost forgot because I didn't do a live in a while, so I didn't saw you obviously in a while. Thank you for being here. Dia is from Barcelona. Amazing. Awesome. Let's see who else. Mariela is from Netherlands. Awesome. Welcome. Cool. So I am, well, basically I am from Romania. I'm born in Romania. I lived there most of my teenage years. Then I moved to Germany for 7 years. Then I moved to Bali, where I lived for 4 years in this amazing tropical paradise. And now I moved to Costa Rica, where I lived for almost 1 year. And I just enjoy, traveling the world, following my soul into different areas on the planet, and sharing my energy, creating community, simply empowering people to be who they truly are, to connect with their soul, and to bring their magic into the world. Right? So this is what my passion is. This is what I'm gonna do here online with you as well. And I'm really excited for this journey. So let me know in one word, guys, how do you feel today? What is your energy today feeling like? Anyone? Come on, trust yourself. Just drop it. It doesn't matter. Maybe you're, whatever you feel, share it authentically. Maybe you feel good and peaceful and amazing and blissful, or sad or frustrated. It doesn't matter. Mariela says low energy today. That's sometimes happening. No problem, no worries. It's good. Thank you for sharing, Mariela. Bainai Sai says happy. Awesome. So we have already the full spectrum here from low energy to happy. Michelle says feeling a bit numb but trying to choose happy. Awesome. Thank you for sharing, Michelle. Dia says interested for this session. Awesome. Yes, I'm gonna just wait maybe 5 more minutes so that more people are, tuning in here with us, and then I'm gonna start diving deep into this with you guys. Cool. Casey says, tired and feeling scattered. I hear you, Casey. I hope you all gonna feel a little bit more in your body, in your soul after this session with me today. Actually, let's just do a drop-in exercise so that we can tune into our bodies more and energize a little bit ourselves. So maybe close your eyes a little bit and just be present of this very moment. Be present of your body. How does your body feel like? And simply just observe that. Acknowledge the emotion, acknowledge the thoughts that you might have, but just observe it. Just be still and observe the clouds passing by of emotions. Now, just take a deep breath, and while you do this, visualize or feel into your heart that you are really breathing in unconditional love for yourself, for your journey, energy, simply powerful energy for yourself and your body in this moment. So take a deep breath in of this unconditional love energy. Hold it a little bit. Now release any densities, any uncomfortable feeling, release it all out. Take another deep breath. Hold it. And visualize how your body expands with this love energy that you just inhaled. With this cosmic energy that exists in every atom of the air of our creation. And exhale what doesn't serve you. Now take another deep breath in of this unconditional love, of this pure energy that nurtures us from within. And hold it. And everything that is dense, anything that is stagnant right now in your mind, in your heart, in your emotional and energetic field, release it out. Maybe move your body a little bit from side to side, your hands, your shoulders, your head and neck. Just allow yourself to drop into the body, into the present. And be grateful for this moment, be grateful for being alive, no matter what are you experiencing, no matter what side of polarity you are in, either it's a lower energy or a higher energy. Just be grateful for being able to experience all this today and every day. Realizing you are the creator and the experiencer, the player, just having a temporary moment of being human. Everything is welcome in that space of being a human, while we choose better for ourselves, while we fine-tune and adjust ourselves to the version that we want to experience more and more. Whenever you're ready, open your eyes. It's amazing how just a breathing exercise can do, right? Like sometimes an intentional breathing exercise and just a little bit of meditation, like this was like 3-4 minutes. It really makes a difference. It really shifts the momentum in our energy, in what we are experiencing, in our state of mind, in our consciousness. So yeah, I hope this happened in a way or another for you and you feel more energized. Let me know how you feel actually after this. If if you feel more tuned into yourself, more present, more energized, however that is. All right. I assume that you feel better. Cool, guys. So mastering the art of being a conscious creator. What does it mean? What does this, what is this? I truly, deeply believe, and not that I believe, I know and I feel that we are not victims of life, right? We are creators. We are powerful creators. And of course, on this journey of realizing that we are powerful creators, we go through so many layers and stages of evolution, of healing, of integration, of lessons learned, of experiences, of joyful moments, of sad moments, and that's part of the human journey. And especially it's part of the human journey until we realize that we can be in charge of our own energy. And that's what it means to be a creator, a conscious creator. We are in charge of our energy. It doesn't mean we are in charge of the outside world or that we have control over the outside world. No, it means we are in charge of our own energetic input and output. We are in charge of what we experience, therefore we are in charge of what we attract and what we create further, right? We on this path, on this journey, until we realize this journey can take a while, right? I'm sure that every single one of you experienced some contrast in your life, some childhood traumas, all of those things, right? That to one degree or another, let's say, didn't allow you fully to be in your power as a conscious creator. Although you always create, there's no other way, either consciously or unconsciously. We always create, However, what I'm speaking here with you today about is consciously creating, right? So unconsciously creating, we create either, we want it or not. And that, how does that look like? That looks in the way we were taught, for example, the way we were programmed and conditioned. That's unconscious creating. We are creating a life or a lifestyle, or whatever we are doing in life, we are doing based on a set of programs that are in our subconscious mind, right? So part of our human journey is to deprogram from that, to choose what actually serves us from that, because not all of these programs are bad necessarily, but I would say that 80% of them, not that it's wrong or right or bad or good, but 80% of them don't serve us, right? From my experience, almost 20% of what society gave to me since I'm born was useful. 80% I was like, what is this? What is this? This is not how I would like my life to be. This is not how I would like to create. This is not what I want to become. This is, and many of us experience the same thing. We just saw how these limitations of societies are put upon our shoulders, and it's a journey, right? The journey is real, no doubt about that. It feels real, and no matter how many books we read about you create your own reality, and as I said to you, you are the creator and you have the power and all of that. No matter how much you are aware of that, the journey still feels real. So no one expects you overnight to shift into being in your power, and if you are not able to do that, then you are a failure, or you fail on anything. No, the journey is real. It takes so much time to transition from conditioning, from slavery consciousness, right? Because let's be honest, most of us on the planet follow someone else. follow something else, another truth outside of ourselves. That's in a way, that's for me, it's enslavement of my own power, of my own mind, right? It's giving my power away. So we all been through that. We all had that to a degree or another, right? So no matter how much we experience that, no matter how deep we were in that, when we realize it, when we accept it, okay, wow, this happened to me, right? I was unconscious, I was not aware, but from this moment on, I have a choice, because I know now, and I can discern. And that choice, is our responsibility. This is what makes us be conscious creators. That choice is all the time there, either we sometimes see it or not. And of course, as I said, the journey is real. The journey can go deep, we have to deprogram, we have to release traumas, we have to release unworthiness. Unworthiness was my biggest shadow. Like, really, feeling unworthy was my biggest shadow. Like, oh my God, I felt unworthy so much. The more I felt my power, the more I felt my potential, the more I felt unworthy as well, because I had some deep wounds that I came into this life with. I incarnated in a family, in an environment that this is how life was back then. That was heavy and entangled, and separation energy, and I never met my father. Up until this year, I never met my father. Like, I felt I was he left when I was not even being born. So that of course has an imprint on my life journey, on my path. My mom had to do everything in her power to raise me by herself, and that, like, she was not rich either. It's like it was a poor family. We were in Romania back then, and it was a lot of struggle on my journey, to be honest, but mostly from my parents' side, or from my background, and for myself, because my mom kept me really nicely in this life existence, and support me and love me a lot. So the unworthiness developed because, starting with not meeting my father, I felt this rejection wound and so on, and I kept myself in a victim consciousness for most of my life, to be honest. For 30 years of my life, maybe, I kept myself in this victim consciousness that I'm lacking something. Basically, I lack masculine energy, or I lack something because I never met my father. Anyway, I processed that in times and in years, and released it, and I was creating. It didn't took my, let's say, my desires away. It didn't took my power completely away. It was just my shadow, right? But the more I dive deep into that, the more I cleanse and clear that shadow, the more I could show up in my power, the more I could stand up for who I really am, and what I really love, and what I really want to create. So what I say this example to is because I want to somehow resonate with all of us, because we all experience this. And I don't say that when you can create your own reality. I don't want to neglect or bypass the fact that the journey can be deep and real and heavy, right? And we can get confused, and we can feel unworthy, and we can feel all of this stuff. And let me tell you another secret. The more you're passionate about something, right? Sometimes the deepest can be your shadow of not feeling worthy for that. And it depends how much you manage to process your childhood wounds and all of these things, and your blockages in your energy and your conditionings and so on. Maybe they are not wounds necessarily in that sense, but more like conditioning and limitations that don't even come from you. They come from society, right? So the more you are excited about something, let's say you are excited to write a book, this is my biggest creation so far. One of my biggest, I wouldn't say big, I would say, let's say, one of the most important for me, for my soul, was to write my book, to finish my book, because 5 years ago, 6 years almost, I had this huge intuition and huge calling. I have to write my book. I have to write a book. So I started to write and I started to dive deep into that. And the more I dive deep into that, the more I cleared and peeled layers of my shadow, of my conditioning, of my wounding, and so on. So the creation process also helps us clear of all of those things. Many people think that, for example, I'm not healed enough, right? I'm not ready enough. I'm not yet good enough in order to be a conscious creator. I have to heal more, or I have to do more, or I have to learn more, and I need a certain skill, or I need a certain thing to add up to myself to be worthy. And I'm gonna tell you guys, this is BS, right? This is not true. Most of us believe that. I spoke with so many people, I had so many clients, or calls with clients, potential clients, that were telling me, well, I'm not yet healed enough to do whatever they want to do. It's not true. You are always, unfolding, and sometimes the creative process, what you are creating, if you're immersed into a creative process, or I don't know, maybe you're a singer, you like to sing, you're a writer also, maybe you write a book, or you're a coach, or you're your mentor, or you're a massage therapist, whatever you are, your creative process will heal you. So you don't have to necessarily do the healing first to be in a creative process, to delay it all the time, to put it on hold, No, take action, use your masculine energy, and create. See what happens. Dare to step into your passion, to your desire, and see what happens. You will not only feel this joyful, rewarding feeling in your body that, you're living fully. When you are a creator, you feel like you're alive, but you will also heal from all of those things that you thought initially that they are, stopping or blocking you, or that you're not good enough. That's the paradox of this. Let me know, guys, what do you feel so far about this? If this resonates with you, I want to check in with you. Are you still here? Lucy says yes, thank you. Masha says it resonates a lot. Cool. Awesome, guys. Thank you for your feedback. So, so we are healing and creating at the same time, right? There's no, let's say, one doesn't exclude the other. I know in our minds we think that this is the way, but we are always doing both. And since I started to write my book 5 years ago, I started to write, I think, like generally write. I had a blog where I shared all of my awakening experiences and all of these things in the past. And I think that was 7-8 years ago. And since I started to really dive into my writing passion and be a creative writer, that was my first passions. Today I do so many things. I'm doing ecstatic dances, and I'm a DJ, and I'm doing audio courses, video courses, coaching, mentoring programs. Like, I'm doing many things that represent creation in one way or another. But my first one, when I started to dive from my awakening deep into creation, was writing, right? So on this path of writing again, the more I wrote, the more I healed. The more I healed, the more I wrote. There was always this both energies were working one with the other in perfect symbiosis. But when I was thinking that I need to heal instead of right, because I'm not worthy enough, that was a lie. That was something that I believed from my unworthiness, from my conditioning and so on. Because we are always worthy. The fact that we are here on the planet, that itself, only that itself, you are here, you exist, you are alive, and that is for a reason that only you know, and that is worthy. The universe wants you to be here. You are the universe, so you chose to be here. Of course you are worthy, you are always worthy. Only when we remove the connection with source, the connection with our soul, we think we are unworthy. And again, there are so many reasons why we do that, from our lifestyles in our societies, which are completely disconnected from our power, from the fact that we don't live in nature enough and in harmony with nature, from so many reasons, right? From the fact that we lived for the last 3,000 years in the dark age, right? Like humanity was going through a dark age. Well, that's why we experience so much separation and wars and stuff. It was just the evolution of consciousness was this way, and we were disconnected from our higher aspects of ourselves. We thought we are really savages, animals. That's why we were fighting for resources, being in lack, being in survival energy all the time. So of course, when you are in survival energy, it is not easy to create. You are creating in whatever way all the time, even from there. But when you are pushed and forced by survival energy all the time, the journey is harder, because you have to be constantly present with your needs and your wants. So in order to create, right, I say that there's like two things that are very important in order to step into this power of being a conscious creator. And one of them is to really take care of yourself. And that doesn't matter how much money you have, doesn't matter where you live, what car you have. These are like just goals, right? This is a little bit beyond the basic needs. But the basic needs of taking care of ourselves are the most important. Like maintaining ourselves in a pleasant, pleasurable well-being, I would say. That's what is the most important. So when you, for example, when you're not taking care of yourself, right? When you don't eat as healthy, just to give an example, when you don't eat as healthy as intuitively you know you should, you are also stepping back from your creative power, right? When you feel like I need to work out, I need to take a walk in nature, but you ignore that and instead you choose Netflix or you choose something more comfortable, then you are stepping away from your creative power. Of course, many of you guys maybe have still jobs that you're having just normal jobs, like 9-to-5 jobs, or maybe you work for someone else and all of that. And that alone also takes a lot of your energy, a lot of your creative power, because you have to do some things that that person wants you to do, unless you are fully maybe you work for someone, but you are fully doing what you love doing. That can also be a possibility. But all of these things take your creative power away, right? Take your connection with truly what you desire. So every time you notice that, even if you have a job and you're in a job where you don't resonate with the job and it takes your power away and so on, it's enough to know that, and you can even take care of yourself in that. You're just being compassionate towards yourself. You forgive yourself. You realize, okay, this is what I'm doing now, and that's okay. How can I have more fun at doing this? You're even there. You can be a conscious creator. Even there, you can still use this energy and step back into your creative power. You don't have to be depressed, even if you do what you're doing. And you don't like it, you don't have to do it depressed. You can do it with more satisfaction in a way or another, even if it's not fulfilling you so much, but you can still do that. That's your choice, right? You have a choice to be depressed, and in which case you have to either completely balance into your power somehow and rest and take time, and maybe ditch the, get rid of the work, quit your job in that case, or you have to simply come back to your power. You have to find a way to see the job you're doing, to see the, whatever activity you're doing that you don't fully resonate with, to see it with different eyes, to see it from a different perspective, until the universe is ready to deliver you a new opportunity, because what happens is that when you are in this grateful energy, and when you are simply satisfied with where you are in your life, no matter what that is, the universe keeps keeping that, it keeps that momentum for you. It keeps giving you things and opportunities and people in your life and chances to maintain that. And that can be at some point that you realize, oh wait, I'm now complete at this job. I don't want to do this job anymore, and another opportunity comes before you quit your job, right? Like there's so many ways to navigate this power of conscious creating. But the best one, I would say, is when you when you truly, deeply look into your heart, look into your soul, and co-create directly with your soul, right? When you are not anymore co-creating with the external world, with the outside world. You are co-creating fully with your desires, with your soul, with what you deeply, deeply want. And maybe that is to, I don't know, to write a book, to, again, be a painter, be a singer, be a coach, be a mentor, and to simply take your own power fully in your hands, right? That's the second step of, I would say, being a conscious creator. It's the second level. And at this level, you are fully responsible for your life. You are fully taking responsibility for your life. And I think maybe 5% of people, let's say 10 maximum, I'm not sure exactly. There was a research at some point that I saw about this, but let's say maybe 10% of the people on this whole planet are in that energy. 10% of people on this planet take full responsibility for their own experience. They are fully connected with their soul, and they are living from their soul. And I said that you won't create with the external world anymore. You would create, but from a place of embodying your soul, not from a place of what the external world wants from you. And you have to do it because you need to survive. No, you are connecting with your soul. You are connected deeply with who you are and with your desires and with your essence, and from there you create your reality. And the rewards when you are in that energy are amazing. You feel alive, you feel joyful, you feel purposeful, you feel connected most of the time, because we cannot always be connected. Let's be honest. It's hard to always be connected, right? Like we will always have moments in time when we are in the day when we are unconscious. But when you really, really deeply tune into your heart's desire, tune into your creative power, tune into what you really want to create for yourself in this life, this is where you live fully from there. This is where your life feels so much different. You even look differently. You begin to glow differently, to shine differently, to impact people around you. Whatever you're doing, wherever you're going, people feel that. People ask you then, how are you doing it? What's your secret? And you're like, I'm just devoted to my soul. I'm just, I'm living from what I feel inside is right for me. And people call you crazy sometimes for that, right? Like, or they want to find out how, or they think that you lost your mind and you are not grounded or whatever. But deep inside that what you're doing and what you're visualizing and envisioning for yourself is true and real. And then there's a point where you also see the results of that. The universe brings you back, into the physical world, into your current reality. The rewards of your devotion to your soul. Because when you're devoted to your soul, when you're really passionate about what you want to do, and that is a pure energy, it's a pure energy of love. What you're doing is you are expanding the universe. You are creating more opportunities for the universe to expand, for the people to experience their higher states of being. And you're impacting the world in a different way. So let me know, guys, if what I share with you so far, if you're still with me and what I share with you so far resonates with you. Oh, there's some of you already commented. Yes, resonates. My creative process helps me. Awesome. Mariela says, yes, it resonates. That was when I asked before, right? Madison says, that helps put things into perspective. Very helpful. Thank you. Yeah. So let me know if you have any questions so far, guys. If there's any question that might pop up into your mind or in your heart and you want to share it with, question for yourself, a question about this whole process and journey of being a conscious creator. Madison says, I have trouble switching from my survival mode to my true consciousness self. Yeah, I would say that's really, that's the most challenging thing for all people. That's the biggest challenge for the whole humanity, really, at this point in time. And that's what we are doing as a civilization. We are shifting from surviving to thriving, right? And that journey is real. I feel you. I've been there. I've been exactly in that point for, to be honest, most of my life. Even when I was creating, even when I was devoted to my book and wrote every single day, I had 2 months when every single day I woke up in the morning and I was writing and being devoted to that process. Even then I was, I was having trouble. I was basically, what you feel is anxiety. Is it good? Is it, is it time to do this? Maybe the universe doesn't show up. Maybe, there's so many thoughts. And you know what happened? Every time I actually devoted to be my, as you said, to my true conscious self, in your true power, every time I devoted to that and my desire, the universe always showed up. Because I show up for myself, and it's law. When you show up for yourself, for what you truly feel is real for you and important, the universe always supports you on that journey. It's your ally, right? So I had moments when I had no money. I'm not gonna lie to you. I had no money, no nothing. I only had my book. And, I was writing. I was in my creative process. It was the best thing that I could do, that I could imagine in that moment. I'm just gonna create. I'm just gonna be in creative mode. I'm not gonna create a whole story about what I lack and what I don't lack, but I'm just gonna feel in my power and create and do more of this. And what happened is that the universe literally threw a client of my path out of the blue. There was someone out of the blue who felt a resonance with me, and they said, I want to work with you. And I was like, wow, amazing. So the more you are stepping into that side, the more you are trusting yourself and build the confidence. And this is what I want to speak in this last part of this live with you. It's about confidence, right? So there is a moment in time when I understand, like, and yeah, we all understand basically that the survival journey makes you really, in a way, important. Like it freezes you. You don't know what to do when you're on that journey. You know, you're in it and you feel it and it's dense and heavy and you're having anxiety and doubt and confusion and all of these things, right? But you experience that so much, and you also experience something else. You see that somehow you always manage to make it through that. The universe always somehow shows up, right? You always manage to go through. You never stuck in it. You feel it, you go through that process. Sometimes you stay so much in it that you think you lose yourself, you become depressive, all of that, yes. But there is a point where you manage to realize, oh wait, I always somehow go through this. I always somehow manage to go on the other side and not feel this. And the more you experience it, this was from my journey, the more I experienced that, the more I started to relax into it, realizing, oh wait, actually the universe always supports me, no matter what. No matter what. Like, there is no way it does. If I do it, if I believe, it does, right? If I don't, it doesn't. It's as simple as that. So how do I want to feel? How do I want to be? And you're stepping more into that, you're stepping more into being true to yourself and being, conscious and believing in that. And you build more confidence with every single experience. Every single experience builds you confidence. Confidence is not something that all of us had when we were born. I didn't have any confidence when I was born. No one taught me what confidence is. No one taught me how to show up. I was loved unconditionally. I was held in freedom and beautiful energy from my mother, right? It was amazing. But she didn't know how to be confident. She was just, how to explain that to me. It's not even her role. Like, a man teaches you about these things usually, right? And I didn't have that, so I felt like I missed a few years of my life where I didn't understood what that is. But when I tapped into my soul, though, I realized, wait a minute. Confidence comes from within myself. If you're lucky to feel your soul, not all people can live from that. They all try to figure out confidence in their mind. So when that's the case, then you need experience. You need to go through some journeys. You need to go through some stages in your life and on your path where you will experience some contrasts, some deep contrasts, but that ultimately and eventually builds you confidence, because you see that you can go through everything. There's nothing that can stop us, really, if we really want to achieve something, or if we really have maybe just a desire to enjoy ourselves in our lives. That's the most important. If we have that desire within ourselves, if that's what you want, and I feel like all humanity, the greatest desire of all of us is to feel good, as simple as that. And that's also the biggest thing we want to create for ourselves. We just want to feel good most of the time, or as much as possible. It's as simple as that. Yeah, so confidence is not something that most of us are born with. It's something either built by experience, or in my case, when I had my awakening experience, first time when I had a huge boost of confidence was when I was 14 years old. What happened is that there was like a voice in my mind telling me that we are gods, we are creators, and everything that society does and is is disconnected, you know. And I always felt in my heart as a child, I always felt that there is something fundamentally not right here on this planet that happens. It's not that it's wrong or right and so on, but there was, you know, there was something that was a little bit weird. Like all people were, you know, having this lifestyle, these robotic lives. Everyone was, you know, hustling to survive and all of that. And I was like, why? Like, why is this happening? What is this? You know, I always had these thoughts and feelings that something is fundamentally not in balance, at least. Let's say not wrong or right, but not in balance with how we can experience life. You know, with the opportunities and with the, you know, with the whole concept of what life means for me, for my soul. And when I was 14, I had this voice telling me this, and this is when I realized, oh wow, okay. When I heard that voice, I thought I'm gonna become crazy. I didn't know what that is. I thought like I'm losing my mind, and I ignored it as a child. But when I was 25, I had this huge awakening experience, and when I had this experience of awakening, I tapped deep into my soul and saw what I am at my core. I saw the oneness that I am with all plants, with all animals, with all beings, with the entire planet, with the entire solar system, with the entire galaxy, with the entire universe. I really felt that in my heart. That was the first time in my life when I felt love, like deep love, like that love that we describe in books. I felt that. It felt overwhelming, like it felt like it was a star, like a fire, I don't know, a sun in my chest. It was like opening me up like crazy. And in that moment, that was my confidence, my huge confidence point, right? That was when I realized what I am. And with that feeling in my body, I could do everything. I felt invincible, you know. And of course, that was not enough. I still had to do experiences and practices and go through life stages and, you know, all of the things that I desired. And since I had that awakening experience, my life completely transformed. Like, I started to travel. I started to trust myself, to build myself and create myself the way I wanted in every single moment. Which, by the way, takes us to another point, is growth. On this path of, you know, being the masters of being a conscious creator, mastering the art of being a conscious creator, there is always growth, right? There is no such thing as standby or stagnancy in this universe. Although it can feel that way, maybe for 1 month, 1 year for some of us, 10 years for others, we see that the more we are stagnant, the more we stay in the safety and comfort zone, the more we degrade. Our body starts to become maybe bigger. Our face starts to drop, like our aliveness, our soul starts to die. Actually, the body dies, the soul doesn't die, but we can see that reflection in the body. We can see the unfulfillment in our body because we are not doing this big thing that the whole universe does every single moment, which is growth and expansion. That's what the universe does all the time. For probably trillions of years from now on, the universe is in an expansion mode. It expands, it becomes more and more and more of itself. At some point in time and space, the universe will contract again. And it will reach this core point, and then it will create maybe another Big Bang or whatever into another form of another universe with other laws. You know, when we all consume every possibility in the universe, in the galaxies, everywhere, then the universe starts to, you know, create something else. And that's the breath of life. The universe does this, right? We do this. We are breathing in and out. Our heart does this. It expands and it contracts to pump up the blood in our body. And the universe, because it's huge and massive, now it's in this moment of expansion. That's why also our consciousness is a constant expansion. Our experience is constantly more enriched, and we call that evolution. So we need to grow and evolve, and in this whole process, we need to understand that there's many variables that apply here. Like there's a lot of detachment that we have to apply, right? It's a lot of, realizations that even if you're passionate about something, let's say my first passion was to be a writer and to write my book. I just finished my book this year. I need to just publish it. I'm just fine-tuning it and editing the last chapters, and I'm going to publish it maybe end of this year or the beginning of next. But I'm already in between, in this whole 5 years since I wrote this book. I developed other things that I was passionate about. So that's growth, right? You don't just do one thing. You always grow, always add to yourself more experience, more wisdom, more, joyful enjoyment, more fun, more whatever. You add more onto that, and this is your gift back to the world, right? So to be a powerful conscious creator, you have to harmonize with this law of growth, with this energy of growth. You cannot be a conscious creator and stagnate. There's no such thing. You will always grow in whatever way, in whatever shape or form. You will always grow. Life implies you, it demands even from you to grow in order to experience more of yourself, or more what is possible, of more of the reality, and this is what life does. So it's extremely important to learn this and be okay with growing, okay with changing, okay with not knowing, right? Okay with thinking that we know, but at the same time we are constantly reshaping that. And I'm looking at the version of me that existed 1 month ago, and I'm seeing myself from a totally different perspective, and with a totally different truth every time, right? Sometimes even every day. So to be a conscious creator, you have to be in this movement of growth, to be the observer of the growth, not to attach to something like, oh, I need to have this, or I need to be in this identity, or whatever that is. You need to be in this flow of growth, and from there you are directing energy into your life, into yourself. You are connecting with this flow of growth, with what the expansion takes you, and where the expansion journey takes you. I can go on and on about this, guys. This is like this is a topic that has so much. Actually, I just scratched the surface. I was just basically what I just spoke with you right now is the basics of when you go from survival into being a conscious creator, right? And my plan is to do more lives every Sunday here, and videos, and post, I will post this on all of my platforms as well. And every single Sunday I'm going to speak about a new layer of this journey of conscious creation. And I know that many of you maybe are in the beginning of this phase, going from survival to being a conscious creator. Some of you are already consciously creating, and you're in your element, right? Like you're already established, you already make impact in the world, and you are having your income based on what you love doing, and so on. So wherever you are, there's always some insights on this path for you to take. So far, let me know how this resonates with you, and if you have any question, that you want to ask me, or anything you want to share, please drop it there in the comments. Binary Psychway said 40 minutes ago, yes, it always works out. Madison says, on point, thank you. Awesome. So guys, on my Insight Timer profile, you will find also on my website, there's like the audio courses that are available here for you, the premium audio courses that are available for you to enroll in, which one of them is Discover Your Soul Purpose, the other one is Integrate and Embody Your 5D Consciousness, and the other one is the Divine Union course. And this course is just, take a look on them and see if they resonate, see what resonates, and you can sign up to them as well. They are really powerful. Depends on where you are on your journey. I'm excited also. Well, actually, what I'm excited mostly about is if there's any of you that feel like, wow, I need I desire to be supported on my journey. I desire private mentoring. If this is a thing that is alive for you right now and you feel that, I will be super excited to support you on your journey or stepping deeper into your power as a conscious creator and creating that reality that you want for yourself, stepping in your purpose, releasing and reprogramming these patterns, these old blockages that you might have in your subconscious, harmonizing your duality, your masculine and feminine. You will receive activations for your soul and live meditations with me. There's many ways that we can do this, and you will receive accountability as well, clarity on the journey. You will work really 24/7 with me. And if you feel that, if that's something that you want, you can message me here on Insight Timer. Go my profile and send me a message. There's those 3 dots that you can click there on those, or tap there, and you can see message teacher. Or you can also find me on all platforms, Facebook, Instagram. You can just type my name and connect with me there, and just connect and let me know. That will be amazing. And yeah, let's say Cynthia said, every Sunday starting when? Usually the same hour, like 9 a.m. Costa Rica time, not Sunday. Every Saturday at 9 a.m. I plan to do a live. So Lucy says, I'm in the process of building my confidence at work. It's been a struggle. I hear you, Lucy. Well, if you feel the call, send me a message. Let's see if I can support you on this. I'm happy to chat with you more. Madison says, thank you for sharing. Appreciate your time. Thank you for being Madison and everyone else. Thank you for showing up for yourself. Binary Psychway says, thank you. Always learn something new from your teaching. I'm happy to hear that. Thank you for being. I'm excited to see you again here. Mariela says, you've got a lot of food for me to think and work about. Yes, I have a lot of food indeed. The journey was real for me, as well. And I was, I'm just teaching from my own experience. I don't teach from books. I don't teach from what I heard from others. From my own experience and working with my clients. That's like my wisdom book, right? So if you feel excited, just drop me either a message, follow me here, come more into the lives, and into my connect with my content. Thank you, Alex. My pleasure. Thank you for showing up. Mariela, thank you as well. Casey says, thank you, Alex. Definitely needed to hear your words today. Awesome. Happy that it resonated. My pleasure, guys. And maybe see you next week. And much love and take care.